Ashok says, what is side pocketing in mutual funds management? How does it help investors?
Side pocketing is not a metaphor. It's literally meaning, it literally means what side pocketing should be. You have a mainstream fund, something goes wrong, you keep it aside. You keep it in the side pocket for it to be resolved, and you ensure the functioning of a mutual fund. I'll cite you of the big mutual fund at work. I'll tell you the rationale for this, and I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
Assuming there is 1,000 crore fund, of which 50 crore is invested in a bond of a company which defaults. It does not pay the interest and principal on time. So the day this happens, this fund gets valued at 1,000 crore, immediately becomes 950 crore. So your 20 rupee, assuming that the fund had a NAV of 20 rupee, it will also lose 5%. It will also become 19 rupee. But the problem is that this 1 rupee is written off in the NAV, but it is actually not worth a write-off. This 1 rupee or the 50 crore in the 1 rupee on a per unit basis, or 50 crore on an aggregate basis of a fund, maybe 50 crore will be recovered, maybe 40 crore will be recovered, maybe a substantial part will be written off, but that will be proven over a period of time. The principle of running a mutual fund is that there are three kind of possible. There are three constituents to it, kind of investors: the investors who are already invested, the investors who are getting out of the fund, and the prospective investors who will come into the fund.
Right.
By side pocketing this 50 crore into a fund, on that day itself when it is hit by this calamity or this write-off, will ensure that even if the investor gets out, he will be entitled for any recovery in the future on that fund. By not side pocketing it, there is a possibility that this 20 rupees NAV becomes 19 rupee, and an investor gets out and he will get 19 rupee, and end of the story for him. And a future investor comes, and that is the time when this money will be recovered. He will be getting the money, he will be getting the benefit which he should not get. A future investor who comes into the fund, when the fund is able to recover that money, when it will be returned back. So
whatever the recovery percentage is will be given to
all the investors who were there on that day. Okay. So the money which goes bad, which turns, which is put in the side pocket, all the people who are genuinely entitled for that will get it at a future date, subject to resolution or realization. So this is what side pocketing is, and I think it is very much in the spirit of mutual fund, that side pocketing. SEBI is trying to devise the rules for side pocketing. It will ensure that people don't lose money, or even if they lose money in the short run, whatever is their entitlement, they will be able to recover it in due course.